fundraising that is happening for them on a cycling challenge called the Paris2Nice challenge. Good morning, Brett.
Morning. How you doing?
So tell us about the fundraising that is happening for your organisation, World Vision Ireland.
Okay, well, I'm not actually with World Vision myself, but I was fundraising for them. And so what we did last week was we joined a charity cycle which happens every year in Dublin, organised in Dublin, called Paris2Nice. And usually about 60 or 70 people for various charities cycle over 6 days from Paris down to Nice for charity. And I think it's been running about 9 years so far, and it's raised well over €3 million in that time, which is pretty impressive.
All right, and so you're obviously, I assume, part of the cycle group that is actually taking the challenge, is it?
Yeah, so I was part of the team that cycled for World Vision. It's a charity that I know about from a kid. I'm from Australia originally, so they're quite well known down there, and they do a lot of work with disadvantaged children around the world. And I thought it was a good time to try and help out.
And in the press statement that I was given, it says that these are specifically going to, say, bicycles in community health workers in Busia in Uganda?
Busatima, yeah. Yeah, so I think what we raised is going to this specific project that they're working on to get bicycles to help the workers down there, the aid workers, get around the area.
And so tell us then about the challenge. Why is it such a challenging cycle, such the Paris-to-Nice challenge?
Yeah, we end up cycling about 750 kilometres over 6 days. So it's a pretty hefty cycle. And a lot of the people doing it, it's their first time cycling for a long time. I did it for the first time in 2015. This was my second time this year, but at that time I started training in about May for the cycle in September, and I hadn't been on a bike since school. So you have all these people who are just want to get back into cycling. Often, you hit a certain age and you can't take your health for granted anymore, so you need to get fit. And it's a great way to do it. You join up for a particular charity. I know World Vision have some information on the worldvision.ie website as to how to get involved for next year. But you can go through a training program. There's training that happens out of Dublin, out of Blackrock every Sunday in the months leading up to it. You can meet all the people that are also doing it and sort of get back on the bike. It's good. It's an absolutely fantastic 6 days.
And so you've done this challenge before, is that right? What was it like? I suppose obviously you've trained for it as you may have mentioned, but what has that actually been like when you actually did manage to do the challenge?
To do the cycle. So people usually turn up in Paris on the Friday, and it leaves on the Saturday morning. So you cycle through Paris, past the Eiffel Tower and past all the landmarks, and then you head into a town later that day called Montargis, which is a lovely little town. They usually, I think it's referred to as the Venice of the surrounding area. Lots of canals. So effectively every day you get up in the morning, you start in whatever town you're in that night, and you just cycle, and you're going through vineyards, amazing little towns, the kind of places you'd never see on a normal holiday, and everyone's chatting, and it's just a really great way to make new friends.
And so you're someone who hasn't necessarily been a cyclist all their life. So have you found that that this is something that's become really important to you as you say you've grown older? Yeah.
I mean, I think when I started cycling again, it was a good mate of mine called Paul Hayes who convinced me to do the 2015 cycle. I had no interest in cycling at that time. But I'm glad he did, because I was getting pretty unhealthy. I was in my early 40s, and I've been working pretty hard, and health was one of those things that had started to slip. But since I started cycling, I've kept it up. We go on holidays every year now, myself and my girlfriend, along with a lot of the people that I met through cycling and through the 2015 cycle. And I've lost 3 stone over the years, and I feel a lot better than I did 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been great from a health perspective.
Can you tell us a little bit about obviously you're not with World Vision Ireland, but I imagine you probably have a little bit of information about kind of what giving bicycles to community health workers in Uganda, what the benefit is for them, and what they can do, and what that helps them, why that it helps them do what they do.
Yeah, well, I haven't been there myself, but a friend of mine does work for World Vision. In fact, runs the Irish World Vision, and he's told me a little bit about it. I mean, World Vision in general, they're very child-centered aid agency, so they're going into communities that are generally very poor and helping provide things like clean water and good education and healthcare and sanitation. You know, things we obviously take for granted. And they do that across nearly 100 countries worldwide. I think the details Niall told me was that they've impacted the lives of 200 million children over the last 5 years. So I think in the areas they go into, it can be quite hard to get around. You know, the communities can be spread out, and so as I understand it, bicycles are essential to help the aid workers just navigate the area.
And so the cycle, the Paris2Nice challenge is already finished for this year, but you're looking for 2020 people to join you in 2020.
That's right. Yeah, and there's information on the homepage worldvision.ie, and you know, literally a lot of the people that do Paris2Nice sign up on their own, and they meet people through the cycling. So it's a really great way to make new friends, really great way to get fit, and the way the cycle works is that each participant has to raise a minimum of 3,000 euros for their charity. But actually, Paris2Nice themselves plus your charity helps you do that. You know, organise fundraisers. I'm having a fundraiser in a week and a half as well to try and raise some additional funds, and everyone kind of gets behind it. So it might seem like a lot to raise, but it's very doable. And so people can sign up either. You know, I actually did it with my girlfriend this year. But it's fine to sign up on your own and meet people. But yeah, the details are on worldvision.ie on the homepage there.
Brett Mayers from the cycling group that is obviously doing the Paris2Nice challenge and obviously raising funds for World Vision Ireland. Thank you very much for joining us here on D15 today.
Thanks for having me.
You are listening to 92.